Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Stormcatch and Team Shadow Strike, and this is going to be a deck profile on Brawler Stride. Now, this is something that... Sorry, guys. I have congestion right now, so if I'm swallowing a lot and having to clear my throat, I apologize. Someone requested this deck profile a long time ago, and I wasn't ignoring the request. I've been trying to finish my Brawler deck forever, and I finally got the last few cards about it. Mainly, it was, I was having trouble tracking down this bastard, the Brawler Big Bang Fist Dragon Stride Turbo thing. Sorry, guys, my brain's on half speed right now. But anyway, here is the deck profile. I will, something that's just going to irritate me. Probably won't make much difference to you guys, but this is only single-sleeved, and it's driving me nuts. I ran out of double-layer sleeves, and I'm going to have to pick up some more Saturday at my locals. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to jump straight into this deck profile. There is only a couple of things that will be changed, but the deck profile pretty much is done. I just thought I'd go ahead and show it to you guys. So, here you go. So, for the starting Vanguard, we run Spark Kid Dragoon. This is just your standard grade 3 searcher, counterblast 1, shove in the soul, check out the top 5 cards of your deck, add a grade 3 to your hand, if one is there. If you wonder what I'm doing off to the side here, guys, I forgot to split this up the way I normally do it. So it can help you fetch a grade 3 to stride with. It can help you fetch grade 3s for your Legion. So it's just that consistency factor again. There's the C word again. Jaden uses a lot. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Triggers. We play 4 Malevolent Djinn. This is the critical trigger for Narcomi. That's basically the Margle clone. The reason we play this is because Turbo does cost a Soul Blast, so it's here just to cover that in case we, for whatever reason, run out of Soul. And then we play 4 of the new critical trigger from set 5. I managed to pick up a playset of this at our sneak peek. Brawler Street Fight Dragon. This critical trigger is really, really, really broke. His ability is Act. Put this unit on top of your deck. If you have a Vanguard with Brawler in its card name, choose up to one of your other rear guards with Brawler in its name, and until the end of the turn, that unit gets, when your Vanguard's attack hits, this unit gets plus 3,000 power until end of turn. So it basically gives it the Legion mate for Big Bang Knuckle Buster / Buster's effect, which is really, really good. So, you know. And it recycles to the deck, which is, you know, they're making triggers that do this a lot. There's a lot of triggers in set 5 that are really good that do that. Next, we play 4 draw triggers. I just play 2 of each of the Brawler triggers just because I like them both and didn't really... and then I play 2 of the Brawler heals and then 2 of the 2 more heal triggers here just because I, for whatever reason, only have 2 of this, so I can't play 4 of it, but I'm going to try and track down 2 more of these. But 8-4-4, there's no reason to play more. There's no reason to play anything different, in my opinion. This trigger lineup just makes solid sense. Some people are going to the 12 crit version. You can play 12 crits in this deck, but I like draw power, especially in Narcomi, so that's just me. Grade 1s. At the moment, I'm playing 4 Light Elemental Sunny. This is the Cray Elemental Perfect Guard, and the reason these are in here is because I still have not gotten Narcomi G Perfects. I am going to order some tomorrow if I can find them for reasonable. If you do have Narcomi G Perfect Guards and they are for trade, go check out my updated trade binder and get in touch with me. I want them. This guy's effect... in case you don't know, his first ability is a auto skill. If he's removed from your hand for a G assist, both players draw a card. And then also, when this unit is placed on guard from your hand, you pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your Vanguards that is being attacked, and that unit cannot be attacked. So you can't use this. You can't use this to guard rear guards. Is my point. And if he is used from your hand as cost for a G assist, both players draw a card, which is kind of bad. But he's here. The reason I got a playset of this guy is so when I'm building decks, if I just don't have another set of perfect cards, these can just sit in here. And when I'm testing this with my friends, we just pretend this is the G perfect, so I can get the full testing in. But I'm going to get them soon, I promise. Next, we play 3 copies of Wild Clock Dragon. This is our Brawler 10k attacker, just for extra fuel, for more attacks. And then we play 3 copies of Threatening Brawler Kome. If your opponent has 1 or less units in the front row, you may discard 1 and draw 1. One change that'll be made to this deck is, at the sneak peek, I didn't get any copies of the new Grade 1 for Brawlers. That's basically Slash Buster. Whenever your Vanguard Brawler attack hits, give it 3,000 power, which I'll be dropping 1 of each and adding in 2 of those. So that's the change that'll be made there. Next, we play 3 copies of Mighty Bolt Dragoon. This is the 1 proxy that's in the deck. Well, actually, the 5th, if you count these. But I lent some of my Narukami Stride Enablers to my teammate Sam. I just need to get one of them back from him, and then that'll be done. And then I play 1 copy of Rising Phoenix. This is in here just because I had the extra Grade 1 slot, and there really wasn't anything else that I wanted to put another card in of. And this is a nice, solid card. If you draw it during the game, if not, it's really not that big a deal. So, Grade 2s, we play 4 copies of Brawler Skyhowl Dragon. Now, the reason I play 4 copies of this card is because the Grade 2 game is still going to be around, and this guy can just help you level their field. Basically, whenever he's placed on the rear guard, if you have a Vanguard with Brawler in its card name, counterblast 1, kill 1 of your opponent's front row units. So, that's why he's there, just because he kills rear guards. And also, he can help set up for Conquest plays, which is really nice. So, that's why he's there. Next, I play 3 copies of Brawler's Big Bang Slash Buster. Now, you might be asking why I'm not maxing out on this, and that's just because, 1, when I was trading for these, that's all I wanted, because I wanted to have room to play other things. Because because then I also only play 2 copies of Brawler Big Bang Slash Dragon. The reason I just didn't go 4/4 is because this guy really isn't that useful, and now since we have this card to give that skill away, and we're going to have that new Grade 1 that does it too, that gives me room to play other cards. That gives Brawlers a lot more options. This guy is still a good 3 of, or even a 4 of to some people, because he's still an 11k attacker. But I'm playing this guy mainly just for the safety reason. I mean, I might actually consider playing a 4th of this and cutting this and only play 1 of this if I could get a hold of 1 more of this, but it's really not a priority. And then for the last Grade 2 is I'm playing 2 copies of Demonic Dragon Berserker Chotara. Chotara is one of my favorite Narukami cards. He's really starting. He has literally morphed into one of my favorite Narukami cards. His ability is, when he's on the rear guard, he can't attack a rear guard. That's his one downside. But his other ability is, during your turn, when this unit's on your rear guard, this unit gets plus 3,000 power, and the auto skill of when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, you may counterblast 1. If you do, draw a card, and then choose a card from your opponent's drop zone and bind it face up. He's an 11k attacker, and if your opponent lets him hit, you draw, and you're going to bind something. So if you're playing against a Legion deck, they're going to hate it. You know, it's just a good card of, if I had more space, I would probably be playing more. I might actually drop 1 of this guy and just put in a 3rd Chotara. Actually, I think I might actually try that. But anyway, even if you stayed it with this lineup right here, it does work. So, but if I might actually drop 1 of this guy and put in a 3rd Chotara. So if you want, in the comment section, tell me what, your thought is on the Grade 2 lineup. But as always, guys, I always want your opinions on the deck. And then for grade 3s, we're playing 4 copies of Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Dragon. This is the first Brawler. This is actually the one that I'd want to ride if my opponent wants to play the grade 2 game with me. And that's because you can use his skill to Soul Blast 1 and make him 14. So if they have a 9k Vanguard, you can swing at it for 14. So you're hitting magic number on him. But you're rarely going to ride him. You're always going to want to ride into this first. And that is 4 copies of Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Dragon. Or Big Bang Knuckle Buster. Because this guy's Legion effect, it's a Counterblast 2 for a Vermilion skill, and that's not bad. I mean, he also gains plus 5k, but you want this skill because, as we know, when this guy's in Legion, you Counterblast 1, take a card with Big Bang Knuckle and its card name, move it to the soul, and he can attack 4 units at once. And you want to put this guy in the soul at 1 point so he can be a Crossroad Vanguard. So that's it. That's pretty much. There's not much. There's nothing. I'm pretty sure this is pretty basic. It's not like it's rocket science. Brawlers, what makes them so good is your opponent sits in a constant panic, because if they fill their board at any given point, you can spring so many things on them that can just wipe it. So that's the main deck. For the Stride deck, and we got the nice, cool Eradicator Descendant sleeves. Shout out to my friend Aaron for giving me these, aka the Battle Sister King. So we play 1 copy of Lightning Dragon Knight Zoras, just because he's a good, solid card. When his attack hits a Vanguard, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and retires it, and then you choose 2 cards from your opponent's drop zone and bind them face up. So if you're facing against a Legion deck, they're going to really block him. Then we play 3 copies of our big guy, True Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Turbo. So we play 3 copies of him because the reason I play 3 is I want to be able to have access to him twice. So the first time you use him, you can flip up a turbo, and then the third time you can flip this up. Because that's what's so nice about him, is you can go into him first. That's what makes him so powerful. But Turbo's effect is Act ability, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Choose a face-down card from your G-Zone, turn it face up. If you have a heart with Big Bang Knuckle in its card name, until the end of that turn, this unit gets... When this unit would choose a unit to attack, for each of your heart cards, choose up to 3 of your opponent's units. That unit battles all of the chosen units in 1 attack, and plus 5,000 for each face-up card named True Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Turbo in your G-Zone. So, if you're in Legion, with Big Bang Knuckle Buster, and you stride into this, you obviously have 2 hearts, so you can attack 6 spots on the field, so that means they're Vanguard and all 5 of their rear guards, which makes him so powerful. But I play 3 turbo. I think that's a good solid number. There are some people who play 4, but I just don't. I don't think you need 4. I think it's very, very rare they're going to survive 2 turbos and maybe a Knuckle Buster. Or you can always go to this guy for your finisher, and that is 4 copies of Conquering Supreme Dragon, Conquest Dragon, because this card can catch... This card, your opponent has to watch themselves, because if they only have 1 unit in their front row, you can Conquest them and give your entire front row plus 10k. And if they do have 2 units, you can use Conquest with Sky Howl and set up Conquest so your front row gains 10k. That's why we play 4 Sky Howl. But Conquest skill, whenever you stride, you G Persona Blast, and to destroy one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row. Then if you have 2 cards face up in your G zone, your front row gains 5k for every open space in your opponent's front row. So if they have both of them open, that's 5,000 twice. So both units, all your units in your front row would gain 10,000 power. He's extremely underrated. I would definitely max out on him in a Brawler deck, because eventually your opponent's not going to be able to fill all their rearguard slots because you keep busting them all up. So then, if your opponent has, a Vanguard and 1 front row rearguard, and they're just trying to maybe get trigger sack lucky, and you can block all of that, you can just go straight to Conquest and end the game. So, that is the deck. So, anyway, guys, that is my Brawler Stride deck that someone requested a long time ago. I can't remember who you are. I tried to look through the comments and look and see if I could find your name, and I couldn't. I apologize. But I do know that some people were also probably wondering, if I'd ever do this. But I really do enjoy this deck. It's a lot of fun because you basically sit and let your opponent sit in a constant state of fear. And you just keep pushing them, and because eventually they're going to have to fill up their board, and if they don't, they're just going to get They're just going to get beat down real fast. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. In the comment section below, feel free to share your thoughts on the deck, make suggestions, all that jazz. So make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up this video for me, and I'll see you next time.